Okay, so now we're into waterfall. Yay. You eventually leave the snowy forest and re-enter a narrow cavern. You're back inside a cave-like structure and the air is already significantly warmer. It's narrower than any of the previous areas. The walls are smooth to the touch and embedded in them are blue crystals that faintly glow. The crystals provide enough light that you do not need your phone. You think they were pretty, if they were in the right mindset to admire them. All you can think about, however, is when are you going to find more ashes? More bodies. It doesn't take long. Each pile of ash you leave a flower and a piece of your heart. What happened to these monsters? What killed them? What cruel twist of fate forced this upon them? Why? It's not fair. It's not right. It's hard to keep going, but you do it anyway. It's a blur of silence, dimly lit tunnels and ash. You walk, you find the ash, you feel a bit of you break as you leave behind a flower. You move on, rinse and repeat, again and again. You see a large blue flower. You're finally leaving the narrow cavern and at the end there's a large blue flower. It goes up to your waist with petals as large as your face. Ah, something better than paper flowers. You reach out and go to touch one. It shines. All that gives my life validation is explaining the echo flowers. No one can know. You suck in a sharp breath of the voice. It comes out slightly distorted as if it's playing back from a recording. You frown and touch the flower again. It repeats itself. Oh, you move to touch another flower. Do you think the sun is warm? Oh, you snap your hand away from the flower as if it burns you. These are records of their last conversation. Yes, they are. Touch the flowers as you walk. You want to hear them. You make it a point to touch, to listen, to understand. It hurts you. Each voice you listen to is like digging needles in your head. They're dead and you know. Their hopes and wishes in these flowers will never be fulfilled. Their idle conversations, passing raw and words, disappear into the air like foams of a wave. The world carries on without them, but not you. You walk slowly, taking great care to not miss any flower. A long time ago, monsters would whisper their wishes to the stars in the sky. If you hoped with all your heart, your wishes could come true. Now all we have are these sparkling stones on the ceiling. You glance up. It is pretty. The blue crystal shines, and the sparkle in a way that's similar to stars. They're pale in comparison to real stars, but they are beautiful in their own right. It's sweet what they make wishes on them like stars. 1, 2, 10, 20, you listen to each wish made. I wish I could be strong like Undyne. I wish I could make friends. I wish you would notice me. They are wishes, no different than a human would make, and from what you would make. Your fingers lightly trace the blue petal of the flowers. The flowers do a good job, retraining their voices too. You can tell all about a monster from the voice in the flower. Small, large, light, deep, raspy, you hear it all. So, don't you have any wishes to make? The voice is louder than any of the other voices you listen to. Maybe just one, but it's kind of stupid. This is one of the softer voices. You'll tilt your head to hear it better. Don't say that. Come on, I promise I won't laugh. If I say my wish, you promise you won't laugh at me? Of course I won't. Someday I'd like to climb this mountain. This mountain we're all buried under. Stand under the sky looking at the world all around. That's my wish. I wish to see the stars. You wish you could see the stars with that monster too. Ha! Ha! It hurts. Your heart hurts. You walk and walk and walk. Oh God. You walk through the sparkling cavern and through the rainy tunnels. You place the flower on each pile of ash you encounter. Eventually you reach a tunnel with the emptiness out into some place hot. Wow, waterfall was so small, but I guess, you can't really do much. Okay. Eventually you reach a tunnel that empties out into some hot place. The rocks and stones are reddish brown, and you can hear bubbling of lava underneath. You see there are many bridges connecting different areas. It's a very wide and open area. The lava is bright enough. It forces you to squint when you look at it. You walk for another minute down the path until it branches off. Okay. There are tall steps on the left path that lead to an elevator thing. The forward path goes on to a stone bridge. Okay, so we're gonna go forward, I think. Let's go forward. The path leads to a large white building. Oh god, is Alphys in there? Alphys is in there, isn't she? The path leads to a large white building with the words lab written on the side. You approach the front door. There are no handles. It doesn't look like there's any way for you to go in. It's interesting to see, though. Everything you see has power. The monsters must have advanced technology to the point where most, if not all, of their essential needs could be automated. You wonder, could someone live down here as it is? It's a thought. Not that you would want to. You have no reason to. You turn back around and go down the other path. Go left. As you walk, you pass by an empty sentry station. Peering inside, you notice some empty ketchup bottles. You continue to walk across these hot lands. The air pricks your skin. Each breath is uncomfortable, and you can feel yourself drying out with each step. Then you come across your first list of ashes in this area. You run out of flowers. Well, kneel in front of it. You tell them that you're sorry. You promise to come back if you find some paper or flowers. You don't know when you'll get the flowers, but you'll figure something out. You promise. You promise. You promise. Oh my god. Fuck it, cry. Just freaking cry. Who cares at this point? You deserve to cry. You've been through so much and have seen so much stuff at this point. You can cry. The tears come freely, your empathy demanding no less. You cry without hesitation, bowing your head as tears plop to the ground. Once you start, you find it hard to stop. What was silent has turned into loud hiccups, sniffles, and whimpers. You apologize to the ashes, to these monsters. You're sorry this happened to them. You're sorry they were banished. You're sorry they died here. You're sorry you couldn't help them. You're sorry you're nothing for them. You're so sorry that you have no more flowers. You apologize in every way you can think of, emptying your heart. It's not fair. It's not right. They should not have been banished. They should not have been forgotten. They did so much more than meager little flowers that you can give them. You're sorry. You're so sorry. You weep. You weep for them. You weep for the situation, and you weep for yourself. Your breathing becomes hitched and hindered as you struggle to gasp for air. Your throat tightens. Your vision is gone. It's nothing but a blur of red. You sob loudly, helpless to the grief you deeply feel. The tears do not stop as exhaustion wraps around you. Your eyes are heavy and you rub at them. You sniffle as you breathe even out. You feel silly. You feel tired. Your head throbs. An invisible hammer slams in and you force yourself to get up. You whimper. You whisper one more apology. Oh my god. Okay. Well, offer a quiet apology. You can stop at and offer a quiet apology to each of them. You're tired, so tired. Emotionally and physically, you have withered away. But you keep walking. You stop only to offer an apology at the ashes you come across. You climb the red stone steps and you enter a temperate-controlled area. There is a glistening fountain to the entrance. The ground is paved with a well-maintained blue brick road. There are streetlights all over, each casting a soft violet-blue glow. A glance up shows a very, very tall ceiling with what looks to be hanging houses. The first building you see is something with a sign that reads MTT Resort and Spa. The brick road splits off on the right and on the left side of the buildings, where even more buildings. You can't get a good look at all of them yet. It definitely feels like you entered a city in a cave, a magical city. An empty city. Call out, and your voice cracks. There is no response. You call her again as you walk in the streets. You hope, you pray, you wish. Don't all be ashes. Please, 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 please. You raise your voice. You shout as loud as you can. Your throat is raw and hoarses as you call out. Our character literally has really bad PTSD at the moment. We are literally seeing so much death that our character is, like, right here, the first one, Tori, then the Masquerade at Girl Base, and then, obviously, gosh darn it, but no response. There was no other choice but accept this silence, this unending, unrelenting, suffocating the silence that drowns your screams. There was no one left. There's only you and Ash. They died here in the dark. They died here without knowing what the sun feels like, what the stars look like, what spring tastes like. Their wishes were for nothing. Their hopes and dreams are dust in the wind. You wander this empty city, your heart as broken as can be. Tears slip out without protest or warning. They slide down your cheeks. Your swollen eyes sting for the departure. But you do not stop until you see a store, a craft store. Well, what are we waiting for? We should probably get in there and make some flowers. Go inside. This is important. The door is unlocked. You open it and step inside to a small arts and crafts shop. There is a light switch nearby, which you flicker to turn on the light. You find yourself in a large room with many shelves of paper, glue, and other necessities. You know what to do. You grab the supplies and take a seat. You work without pause. You make flowers for hours, enough to fill your bag twice over. Your fingers are stiff from your unrelenting pace, and your back is more rigid than a plank. You stuff your bag full, content with what you need to come back for the rest of the flowers. You backtrack to the pile of ashes you saw before, and you place flowers at them. Every ash pile along the road, you give them flowers. You don't go into their homes. That feels unnecessarily intrusive, but you do place flowers at the front doors of the buildings. You leave an entire bouquet at the lab, uncertain how many monsters were inside. You use up nearly all of your flowers in the city, and only then do you take the elevator up to the castle that overlooks it. Oh God, we're at the castle. Good freaking God. Okay. The castle is built into the cave walls. Faded gold white stone is made besides dark stones and sparkling blue crystals. There are intriguing designs and murals carved into its sides. You see large stained glass windows depicting the dawn. It is immaculate, beautiful, and feels terribly lonely. The door opens easily when you push them, although they loudly creak. You step inside. The front door reminds you a lot of the first house you entered. There are numerous lights that cast a warm glow on the front room, and the floor is a golden mosaic with a white outline. The walls are smooth, cream coloured. You walk forward. From the front room there's a garden of wretched golden flowers. The light that filters in the artificial, but it still feels nice. The garden is overgrown. You keep walking. There's only one grade to go. Through the garden, past the throne, down the hall, and you reach the end. It must be their end, right? A huge wall of pulsing white. It must be the barrier humanity sealed the monsters behind. Humans have always been immune to sealing magic. You doubt you'll have any issue crossing through it. Okay, linger. You have kept dismissing it, but now that you've found the exit, you feel it again. Someone is watching you. A monster. One who remained quiet when you called out. Is it Sans? Are we finally going to see him? Turn around and look. Is it him? There is a monster behind you. He's shorter than you. He wears a long black sweater pants and sneakers, and he has a dark blue jacket that is zipped all the way up, and his hood is pulled up, and the bright red scarf wrapped around. His hands are in the jacket pocket. There's an unnatural shadow covering his face from the hood. All you can see are two red and blue lights from inside. He stares at you. You stare at him. There is a moment of silence between you. He's a monster all alone in a kingdom of ash and dust, the last monster. Your heart breaks for him. You feel your eyes burning again. Because, I feel freaking bad for him. You can't help it. You take a step closer to him. His head cocks to the side. You move closer to him, slowly and quiet. He doesn't react further, then continue to watch you. When he is close enough, you shakily wrap your arms around him and pull him close. He's cold. He feels like nothing but skin and bones in your arms. This poor monster. You squeeze him tightly and you hear a sigh. He pulls out an arm from his jacket pocket. He pats your back. Then he grips on the back of your clothes, tightening. You will suddenly yanked away from him and tossed through the barrier. The last thing you see are red and blue lights that shine in the dark. Wait, so Sans didn't kill us? He just let us go? Is this the end? Is this what you want? No, you don't want it to end here. Go back. You don't want it to end here. The idea that monster's stuck in there alone. Yeah, we can't just leave him down there. I know that he may or may not be partially responsible for what happened down there, but it's fine. You know what to do. You don't want to return to a life of normality. What you went through changed you. The ash may be out of your sight, but will never leave your mind. You walk down the mountain, you prepare yourself for what's to come. It takes you a few days to finish preparations. Oh my god, I'm going back in. Then it takes you another 2 days to find the spot where you fell. You are better prepared this time. There is no need for you to jump down. You have the right equipment to... Yes, finally, someone smart who goes using ropes. Well done! Even if it's something you've never done before, it takes you 30 minutes of careful maneuvering until you reach that familiar flower bed. You adjust the back over your shoulder, and you pull out the flashlight you prepped, and start to walk down the tunnel. Into the darkness you go, past the droplets. You reach the house and pardon the monster for your intrusion once more. You descend the stairs and prepare to enter the cold, but you find a monster waiting for you at the end. Oh. So Sans doesn't want to scout in the snow then. Oh, okay, you step closer to him. Is he going to talk to me now? You have a better look at the monster now. His hood doesn't shadow his face entirely. You realize he's some kind of skeleton monster. He has a wide grin on his face that seems contradictory to his intense gaze. He stares at you and you stare at him. His eyelids flicker up and down as he assesses you. Having reached a decision, he vanishes in a distortion of the air. He's gone. You grip your backpack more firmly and carry on. You do not see him again until the next day. Really? Is he just going to avoid me? The first few days in the underground you spend setting up your home at the inn in the village. You set out your things, and when you get your notebook and pen ready to make a map, you start to explore the underground. With your calmer mind and lack of threat to your life, you're able to notice things in greater detail. You take notes of the buildings you run across, and you examine where you can find food and water. Wait, am I living down here? Apparently I'm going to live down here, that's fine. Power runs through the entire underground. You're not sure how, but it looks like all of the main facilities can continue to run without issue. When you see the monster again, it's not for long. You catch him staring at you from a distance in the snow town. He holds a cigarette between his white gloved fingers. He notices that you saw him. He flicks the cigarette and then vanishes without a trace. This cycle keeps repeating itself for a few more days. As you work on familiarizing yourself with the underground, he watches you. If he catches on that you notice him, he makes it a point to disappear in front of your eyes. It's hard to tell if he's taunting or something else. It's not as if he's giving you a chance to ask. All you can do is carry on, so you do. You find where the food is made, large warehouse-like buildings in the city that repeatedly grow a variety of plants. The plants are automatically harvested through huge machines and turned into a variety of food. A lot of it you recognize, but there are many things you don't. Something else to note is that you hadn't needed to use the bathroom once since you started eating the food made by monsters. You aren't sure why. You hope that's normal. Every day you find something new in the underground. There are many nooks and crannies that the monsters utilize. They are amazing. were. At the end of the first week, he comes to you. He peers in the inn right as you walk down the stairs. He looks up at you. Although he has a smile on his face, you don't think he's happy. Is it permanent? The monster asks, "Why did you come back?" He has a softer and deeper voice than you expected. Because of you. Because of him. Pretty much because of him. He silently stares at you. You add that you don't want him to be alone. He makes an odd choking noise, like a raspy laugh that's strangled and rusty. Do you even realize what danger you're in? You admit that falling was risky. The danger you're in right now. You look around and you don't see anything. He does that noise again, that laugh, chuckle. Has it really been so long for him that it sounds so broken? Your chest tightens. Right. He rasps. You're already a crybaby. Didn't even cross your mind, did it? Did what? The reason I'm alone here is the reason I'm alive. I killed everyone. Then why are you still alive? 'Cause you're a crybaby, he says. Wow. The light's moving off to the side. Get going. You know the way out. You shake your head. Why? You don't want to leave him alone. He looks up and laughs again. Best joke I've ever heard in a long time. A crybaby human gets clingy to a monster. Does he want to be alone? The monster doesn't respond. He's fallen silent as he stares at you again. You walk closer to him and hold out your hand. You introduce yourself. He looks at your hand. He looks at you. He slips his hand into yours. Sans, he says. Sans the skeleton. You tell him you're happy to meet him. He stares at you again. He looks down at your hand. You squeeze his hand. Done exploring? He asks. You shake your head. You keep finding new things. You're certain there's more to see. There isn't, he says. Oh. But have at it, he says, looking away. Would he mind showing you? A raspy noise comes out of the skeleton. Are you asking for a tour? He pulls his hand away and spreads his arm. Welcome to the underground where everyone is dead. Enjoy your stay, he said as he disappears. You don't see him again for the rest of the day. Oh my god, I don't really know what you're supposed to say there. I mean... Yes, but it's not like he's like fully explaining why that happened. Like we can't... I know why it happened, but this person doesn't know why it happened. That night you dream of blue flowers. You're on a beach in a field of these blue flowers that light up the wetlands in the underground. Oh god lord, these things again. Oh my god. Okay, okay, so let's see. You're on a beach in a field of those blue flowers that light up the wetlands in the underground. Echo flowers. You're joined on the beach by a monster with a wide smile and only one good eye. A turtle monster with a long beard and dressed like an explorer. We're settling in, kiddo, he shrugs. Must be quite the transition. Doesn't help the company you keep ain't the friendliest, eh? You understand isolation of song would be hard on anyone. Aha, aren't you sweet? The monster chuckles, deeply amused. Good luck, he always was hard to read. He looks at the flower. Tell me, do you believe in fate? Yes, you believe in fate. It's a funny thing, fate. We had our own prophecy. A prophecy? You see that emblem around? The one with triangles? You nod. It's got a special meaning, although the original meaning has been lost to time. All we know is that the triangle symbolizes us monsters below, and the wings circles have symbolized something else, he says. Some would say that it was meant to represent an angel who will descend from the surface and bring us freedom. Others say freedom has a different meaning. The chill monster pats your knee. Which are you? You open your eyes. You wake up and see a blue-red light staring at you in the darkness. You blink and they're gone. Sans? You rub at your eyes tightly. Do I want to go back to sleep? I mean, I find it difficult to go back to sleep. You were restless. Why was Sans there? It has to have him been, right? Well, yeah, there's no one else in the underground, so it had to be him. Why was he watching you sleep? You wish he didn't leave. You have to talk to him about it tomorrow. Assuming you get a hold of him. The morning brings in a snowstorm, and you were stuck indoors all day. Oh, again, really, I'm stuck indoors? Oh, poo. You were stuck indoors for the morning. The snowstorm outside pelts against the window. While you do have clothes that are better suited for the snow, at least in comparison to your first trip here, you know not to needlessly venture out. The inn is linked up to the shops and have plenty of food, water, and power, and most importantly, you are warm and safe here. You spend the morning working on your map of the underground. You sit on the floor of your bedroom as you work, utilising the extra space and hardwood. You think you have a good map coming along. The underground is a fairly linear, and all side paths lead to a quick dead end, so it's unlikely you'll get lost. You can't read all the signs. Some of them are written in a language you don't recognise. The others use standard Deltian. As you work on your map, it takes you several minutes to notice you are no longer alone in the bedroom. Oh, Sans is perched on the foot of your bed. You only notice him because you suddenly smell cigarettes. You look up at the skeleton. Hard work, huh? He says. Yes, you suppose so. Sans stares at the map you're working on. You need a map of this place? He asks. Hey, you love your map. You'd be lost without it. He lets out something of a raspy wheeze. Was that a laugh? Has it been so long since he last laughed that his voice is unused to making that noise? Over a pun? A map pun? Oh my god. You think carefully. Knock knock. Sans sits up, straightener. Who's there? Snore. Snore who? Snore hopes you like bad jokes. He goes, his voice cracking. Knock knock. Who's there? Noble. Noble who? Noble, that's why I knocked. His eyelids brighten in colour. You think of any pun jokes that you might know. Oh my god. I'm glad I know sign language. I'm pretty handy. Oh my god, no. Why am I getting stuck with this? He shifts around in the bed, his eyelids widening. I want to be cremated as I go. It's my... Oh my god. I want to be cremated as I go. It's my last shot at smoking body. Oh my god. Oh no, that's terrible. You beam anyway. Knock knock. Who's there? Candies. Candies who? Candy's jokes get any worse. He snorts and snickers and you can't help but laugh. I mean, why not? Just freaking laugh. Just laugh. Your morning has drastically improved by swapping bad jokes with Sans. You two go back and forth for many hours. He even gets up to follow you when you go out to get a glass of water because your throat hurts so much from laughing. It's a wonderful day. At the end of it, he asks you, "You really staying?" That's the plan. Huh. You're pretty weird, he says. You shrug. You can't argue against that. How many others would do what you're doing? Then I guess I can invite you over, he says. Be neighborly. You'd love to visit. Okay. I'll meet you outside Grilby's tomorrow night. We can have dinner. You agreed to that. The following night, Sean shows up. Shows you his home. Oh my god, I am going to his house. I'm actually going to his house. What is happening? Why am I still alive to all this? How did I successfully make it to this point without dying? I don't know. I have made it to possibly more with him? We're actually in Sansa's house. How did we even manage this? My goodness. Okay. Sansa's home is the very last house at the end of the snowy town. It's a 2-story house with red and green lights strung up outside. When you step inside, you are instantly hit with the smell of meatballs and cigarettes. Oh my. Okay. The first floor has 2 rooms, one massive room with blue and red wavy coloured carpet, and a smaller room off to the side that you can see is the kitchen. There is a staircase in the far back. He has a green couch set up in front of the television, and there are stacks and stacks of books everywhere. There are socks, shoes, and clothes strewed about. Empty bags of crisps, ketchup bottles, and other instant foods are shoved into corners without care. The table in front of the television has an ashtray that is stuffed full of cigarette butts. Okay. You have an overwhelming desire to start cleaning. Sansa sends you into the kitchen. There's a small kitchen table that's been cleared off. You take a seat. He places a bowl of spaghetti meatballs in front of you. It smells amazing. He sits down with his own plate, a mirror image of yours. Go ahead, he says. Although he has a permanent grin on his face, you're getting better at telling when he's actually happy. You take a bite of the dinner. Your face scrunches up reflexively. The taste is indescribable. I follow my bro's recipe, he says, his tone filled with cheer. It takes an impressive amount of willpower to swallow. You quickly reach for the water to wash the taste out. Oh, bless. You don't have to eat the rest. I got microwave ramen on the go. Oh, my goodness. That might be for the best. He snickers. I don't cook. Microwave is the most I'm willing to do. Like to learn. You actually like to cook. You're not the best, but you can. You actually like to cook. You're not. Let's see. You're not the best, but you can manage. Let's see. Sansa's eyes shrink and then widen. Better than me. Sans takes a drink of his water. You've been almost everywhere by now, he says. Like any spots? Snowy Village. Field or echo flowers. I do like the echo flowers. I do like the flowers. I wonder if it matters. Let's see. I like Waterfall because Waterfall's got the little like stones on the ceiling. They're so pretty there, and everyone says Waterfall is prettiest. I I don't think the echo flowers would be his... Actually, no, the field of echo flowers. Sam nods. Does he have his favorite sprout? He shrugs. I used to like grill bees. The same one in this town? Yeah, it was a lit place. Lit? Grilby was a fire monster. Oh, lit! You paused. Did he sell Blaze donuts? Okay, let's see. Did he sell Blaze donuts? Sans makes that wheezing noise again. It splishes and croaks to life. Then it's gone in 2 seconds. Was your joke too hot to candle? He croaks. No. I love a good fire pun. You noticed. His grin stretches wider. You have a moment here, you think. Do you want to bring up what you caught him watching you sleep? Well, I mean, he did. He was watching. You gently bring it up. You asked Sans why he was watching you sleeping. Oh, he goes. He looks away from you, scratching at his cheek. You tell him if he's afraid of you, you'd like to do what you can to help him feel more comfortable. You're harmless, he says. No magic, no determination. Then why? You can guess why, can't you? Although it might be presumptuous of you to assume, or even ask. Ask anyway. Is he lonely? If he is, you give it some thought. You offer to sleep together. His eyes shrink at that. What? You offer to sleep together. Are you serious? Yes, you don't mind sharing a bed. You don't know me. I don't know you. That can be changed over time. It's only an offer. There's no pressure to accept. He shifts in his seat. He turns his head away and cocks it. His eyelights go out. Okay, he says after several minutes. You can stay here now. Here? He points upstairs. My room's upstairs. You can sleep here now. You beam. You'd love to. You pause. He has to let you clean up here, though. His eyelids come back to life in his sockets. They shrink, widen, and shrink again. Okay. Great! You'll get started right away. Right away? Sans grin widens. I made dessert. Is it edible? No, he snickers. Then yes, you'll get started on cleaning. Or so that was the plan. By the time you had the downstairs picked up, it was very late and you were tired. Sans walks you back to the inn where you crashed for the night. Bright and early the next day, you set out to finish making Sans's home habitable. You were making good progress, until you saw Sans's room. That was a beast that took 2 days to conquer, but you did it. You cleaned the house up before moving in. The time slips by. A month has gone by. You like the underground. You've come to appreciate its silence, although you don't think you'd like either of those things if it were only you. You're grateful to have Sans's company, even if it's not when you're used to it. He's a funny roommate. He hardly takes care of himself or his room, which leaves you to do the bulk of it. He's not messy enough to warrant more than a couple of minutes worth of effort, however. Since the two of you started sharing a bed, he's less inclined to stay hidden from your sight. Some days he'll spend the entire day with you. He doesn't always talk to you, but he will listen. He's a very good listener. There are no other living souls in the underground. It honestly amazes you how well Sans has coped with the unending silence. What's he gone through? The demise of his entire race with him as a lone survivor stuck in isolation must have been deeply traumatic. You read some notes on solitary confinement and you understand it's considered an extreme form of torture. Many go insane within the first week. Sans has been alone for years. You don't know how he managed. You work on creating a proper way to honor the monsters while exploring the underground. Time marches on. You've been underground for months. Sans is a brat. You've come to accept this fact. He is dear to you, but he is a brat. Because he's a skeleton, he does not generate body warmth, so when he comes back to bed, he is always cold. That much is fine. You produce plenty of body warmth for the both of you, and if you're under the blankets, the whole bed will heat up within minutes. Sans doesn't wait that extra minute. As soon as you're in bed, he places his frigid fingers on you. Some nights he'll even wait until you start to drift off before really awakening you with his freezing grip. He always says, sorry, but he's grinning widely as he says it. He doesn't sound sorry in the least. And then you will be minding your own business when he pops. He appears beside you. The first time he did that, you screamed. He has since made it his mission to jump scare you at least once a day, to keep you on your toes. Oh, and the pranks. Whoopee cushions under any seat you were about to sit in. Even if you check to make sure they aren't there, they magically appear when you turn around. Or a small buzzer hidden in his hand when he pats your back or takes your hand. Condiment balls with caps slightly unscrewed so when he uses them they'll topple over and cover your whole meal. Lemon juice and salt mixture into water, a surprise snowball to your back. He'll randomly play the trombone to go with wah 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 if you tripped or make a mistake in your hobby. He'll take a few of your clothes and hide them throughout the underground. It took you weeks to find your spare boots. You know, you could have asked him to stop or find them, and he would. But he seems so genuinely delighted by your action, it's hard to actually be mad at him. Oh, bless. He's finally got a friend. And oh, the puns. Puns galore. Okay, that one you actually thoroughly enjoy. Sometimes he'll tell a joke that makes you laugh so hard you fall out of your chair. He'll get you wheezing and gasping for air. Whenever you laugh because of him, the lights in his eye sockets shine brighter than any star. He is a menace. And you say that with affection. The pillow fort. He said he'd never been in a pillow fort before. It was an offhanded comment. You don't remember the conversation that led to it. You don't remember the conversation that led to it. You just remember it stuck in your head and stewed for days until you decided to do something about it. In the morning, once Sans had gone, he's rarely home in the morning. You get to work. You take the pillows off of the couch. You grab the extra pillows and blankets kept in the closet. You make a trek to the inn and carry back even more pillows and blankets. You start the kitchen chairs and drape the blankets over them. Within an hour, you've made an impressive fort. You climb inside and maneuver the extra pillows around until you've made a satisfactory nest inside. You crawl back out and grab your tablet. You wait. You don't have to wait long. Sans returns home soon. The blankets at the entrance lift up. He pokes his head inside. What's this? A pillow fort. His red eyelights look around. Impressive, he beams. You really have it covered, huh? You're a pro at this. It is your guilty pleasure. His eyelights brighten briefly. You pat the spot beside you and he crawls inside and takes a seat. The pillow fort, while impressive, is on the smaller side. He sits close enough to you they're both touching. You turn on the tablet and ask if he wants to watch a movie. A human movie? It's all you have. Sure, he says, his shoulders briefly moving up before they drop back down. You pick out a movie and prop the tablet against the side. As the movie runs, Sans sits completely still. You notice this about him. He doesn't fidget. There's a moment where he's so still you doubt he's even breathing. He doesn't need to breathe most of the time. Breathing is used as a way to ventilate his body when he's used a lot of magic. Any other time is unnecessary, so he'll sometimes just stop doing it. You reach over to him and grasp his hand. It's cold to the touch. His eyelids move to search your hand. He turns his head to look at you. You smile at him. You really don't want me to touch your side in the middle of a movie, huh? His hands are freezing. It's an awful, horrible, traumatic experience to feel them suddenly against your bare skin. He would absolutely do it in the middle of a movie if you aren't paying attention. You give him an innocent look. Well, he says, I've got other parts of me that are cold, don't you worry. You think it'd be good if Sans sat between your legs, actually. You can hug him from behind and warm him up. But if I'm warmed up, how will I make you jump? He doesn't have to scare you. Eh? You spread your legs and pat the spot in front of you. Eh? You do a drum roll on the spot. Sans lets out and he shifts around. He sits between you. He's cold in your arms. He presses his back against your chest, and you rest your chin atop his head. He goes still in your arms, his body limp, as he relaxes his way into you. You hold him close, as the two of you enjoy the movie, then a second movie, then a third. As you As night, you dream of the town you never got to see alive. No, don't make me do this again. No! I don't want to. Why? I don't want to see it again. I get emotionally attached. I'm getting emotionally upset. Stop it. Your dreams are tinged with bright colours and a soft glow. You know at once you are dreaming, but there's something special about this dream. Something magical. You're already seated at a poker table with the dog monsters and Grillby. There are 4 dog monsters seated at the table. One is massive in stature with fluffy white head and wears a shiny black armour. The other is closer to your heights with black and white fur and a dog trait in his mouth. The last 2 sit either side of each other and are dressed in blank clothes. Their white fur is pristine, and the moment you arrive, they both pat your back. "Welcome home," says the dog with a treat in his mouth. "Great, you're here so we can get started," says the dog on your right. Oh, sorry. "Great, you're here so now we can get started," says the dog on your right. She has a feminine voice. "Do you know how to play?" asks the dog on the left. "Play, play, play," yelps the largest dog. You glance down at the cards. You had thought they had played poker at first. Then you realise these cards look nothing like the cards you know. You aren't sure what they're playing. You admit to them that you don't know how to play. "That's okay, we can show you." "Yeah," says another dog. The largest dog at the table hands you several cards. Their face twists into a funny expression that make you beam. "Let's play together every night." Yeah. "Come, sit with us. More often now, okay? We want to play with you more. Don't be a stranger. You can give us pets too." "Pets are good." "Pets are very good." You ask them if they're sure they want you to come around again. The dogs at the table start wagging their tails, a thumbs against the side of the chairs. Oh. Then you notice each of them has a flower tucked behind their ear. I'm going to cry again. Aha! Stop it! It's a white flower. The flower that you left them. "Yeah," says one of them. "You're good too." "A good puppy," says another. "Our favourite puppy." Good puppies deserve love, don't they, Twinkle? You can't argue against that. Then let us love you, Twinkle. Aww. Puppies. Internet. Sound likes to read. He reads a lot. He told you that he reads everything there is in the underground. He says this because he likes to read. It's the only thing that's kept his mind engaged through the drill. He owes what sanity has to knowledge in the world of books. Naturally, you give him free rein of your tablet and show him all the books you've downloaded. He starts to frequently borrow it from you to read. He does it often enough that you feel compelled to get him new books, worried he'll run out soon. You don't have much signal in the underground. The only place you can get a signal is near the barrier. You head up there in the early hours of the morning and make yourself comfortable. It would take a long time to download the new books. Before you came to the underground, you cancelled everything except your phone service. You turned that into an auto-pay. You have enough in your account to keep it uninterrupted for a few years. After that, you'll have to either find a remote job, you can fingle it, or give it up. Or find a way to pirate it. You aren't sure what your options will be with the some literal magic in your life. Sans finds you around noon. He stands beside you at the barrier. Leaving? You point to the tower. What's it downloading? New books. Oh. He sits beside you. Actually, this is the first time you were able to show Sans the tablet when it has access to the internet. You motion for Sans to scoot closer. You look too happy to be up to anything good, he remarks as he obligates. You beam and you tell him you want to show him the internet. Into what? He'll see. What he sees blows his mind. Blows him away. For someone who loves to learn, the introduction to the internet is truly a blessing. Bright side, you made Sans very happy. Downside, you don't get your tablet back for a month. Only because Sans figures out how to make his own from the lab. You may not be able to get it in, but he has shortcuts, so it's no issue for him. You dream of monsters you've never met. Oh, God damn it, not again. Am I going to meet Papyrus? You sink into a beanbag monstrosity. You sunk so far down into it, getting out will prove to be a hassle. Despite this, you feel at ease and comfortable in the spot. Oh, are you okay there? Asks a nervous voice. A short monster fidgets anxiously in front of you. She's hunched over you, her yellow-clawed hands Oh my god, it's Alphys. I'm gonna cry. Why? Why is this making me so emotionally upset? I mean, I know they're dead, but this is also like, you know, seeing your loved ones when they've passed and everything and all that shit. God damn it. Are you okay there? A nervous voice asks you. A short modulate fidgets anxiously in front of you. She's hunched over, her yellow-clawed hands squeeze a paper flower tightly. Her head is a reptilian shape, and she has spikes on the back of her head. She wears large glasses. Yeah, it's just... Yes. You like it here? She asks you. Do you? Do I need to... what do I want to say to Alphys? I mean, I love it there. Yes, there's something special about this place. She hasn't smiled at you. I can understand, can she? Yeah, I actually took over this place, she says, fidgeting with the paper flower again. You glance around. You're in a wide room with a baby blue tiled floor and a mint green wall. There are large monitors on the wall, and the air feels unnaturally sterile. You've never been here before. You don't know where you are. It was all white when I came in, she says. White everywhere, and I mean everywhere. No personality, no personal touch. The guy before me was clinical and detached as Mechazoid from the Mew Mew Kissy Cutie. God, this is so upsetting. It's Alphys. Defeats the villainess who has mind-controlled Mechazoid's wife, and the monster stops herself from rambling, seeming deeply embarrassed to have done so. She clears her throat. You know, like, I tried to do the same. Keep it the same. I thought you know what I was supposed to do. I was just supposed to be like him. I couldn't. I changed things. Small at first, then big stuff like painting the wall. I thought it would be better with colour. She looks at the paper flower and spins the flower in her hand. I can't bring myself to leave. Is that special, or is it because it's home? You feel something slimy curl around your leg. You look down as a white tendril has wrapped itself around you. Oh my. You feel a shadow over you and look up to see another monster. Many monsters now surround you. They morph their shapes and movements. A white sheen covers them. They each clutch a white flower. It's our home, she says, until the very end. They start to press on you. An amalgamation of hugs. Thank you for staying. When you wake from the dream, you find it hard to forget their warm embrace. The night terrors. Oh God, what do you mean night terrors? What night terrors? Whose night terrors? Mine or his?